Alright, I may not be one of the best players, but I happen to find this new trick where it helped me climb a lot faster, more often than I normally do. I play characters like Psylocke, and if your character's having a hard time killing, it's something simple that could actually help a lot, I feel like. What you should do is you should ban characters like Cloak and Dagger, but the reason why I'm saying Cloak and Dagger in specifically, it isn't because Cloak and Dagger necessarily is hard to kill, it's just she's time consuming to kill. And while you're trying to kill Cloak and Dagger, you also have to worry strongly about the enemy team and her killing the enemy team, because all while you're trying to one-shot her and hit a combo on her or something, it's not going to be a fight, it's more going to be her standing still, looking down, pressing right click, and then continue healing their team. And all while that team, or all while you're out of the fight trying to kill the Cloak and Dagger, basically doing nothing, she's getting value by killing her teammates who could potentially be killing your teammates. Now that's an issue because you need to get value in order to win. The team with the most value and the most smartest players, the team who can do the most and work together the most, wins. But if you're a diver or a character who gets value from killing the back line and you have to fight this raid boss every time, she's just going to keep killing the team and there's nothing you can do about it. And even whenever you do kill her, because it is easy to kill her, you have to lower down her HP, watch her throw bubble, and or watch her cape, and on top of that she's going to be doing a decent amount of damage to you too if she's a sentient Cloak and Dagger, and or if you're also dodging the enemy team and the enemy team isn't trying to peel. Once you get her low on HP, she just looks down and throw her bubble. And I know a lot of people complain about her bubble, but it's genuinely so overpowering. She's just gonna sit there and be immune to all your attacks and just pumping damage in and heals in. And wholeheartedly, you genuinely just can't do anything if you let her, if you spend your time dealing with that. But the issue is if you try to help them by attacking the people, they're just gonna get healed. So it's a lose-lose. A lot of people don't do this, or as much as they should do it. And I know it's an issue because whenever I say we should do it, everybody gets mad or upset, and a lot of the one tricks just cry about it. But genuinely, you should start banning Cloak and Dagger. If you're a good healer, or if you play other characters, and unless you have like an attachment to Cloak and Dagger specifically because you like the character as a whole, then shit, you can keep playing. But if you're somebody who just wants to win, play other healers too and learn how to play other healers, because Cloak and Dagger is a big heal bot of a character where she doesn't have to do much to get insane value. And I'd argue it's probably worse than characters like Rocket and Jeff. Well, I mean, Jeff probably isn't good anymore, or at least in season 6. But yeah, and then on top of that, once you ban their Cloak and Dagger, more often than not, they actually suck at healing and or doing anything. So you ban them and they're just brain dead easy after that. It's rare that we have a game where Cloak and Dagger is banned and then we lose. But then if you're losing to a team without consistent heals, then that's mostly an issue on either you or your healers, and that game is lost to begin with. All you did was just speed up the process. And genuinely, banning Cloak and Dagger is so underrated. I can't stress this enough. Now obviously you can do things like improve your aim, kill her faster, or play better characters, but sometimes that's also not enough. Genuinely, unless you're sitting there like a 60% accuracy on any character you're playing, you should probably ban Cloak and Dagger for your wins, at least below GM. Now I'm not sure because I'm not currently in GM anymore. I'm currently in Diamond, but again, that's because one, I play with people and I play for fun. I don't care too much about the whole I have to sweat non-stop thing. It's not like I'm playing a tournament or anything, but I do still try to win even despite that, and I try my best to master my character. And so it creates a situation where a lot of times at the end of the day it's still a team-based game, and if your team just can't kill anybody or too brain dead too, then there's nothing you can do. The best ways to rank up is to try to mitigate that as much as possible, and the best way to mitigate it is by just honestly banning Cloak and Dagger. And then yeah, you can still ban other healers too, like Invis or something soon after, but then you'll be open to characters like Hela, Moon Knight, Daredevil. And to that I have to say, if you want to counter a good Black Panther, or if you want to counter somebody that's a good diver, most divers game plan is just paying attention to them, and you can counter them almost basically, and or keeping your distance or your space from them as well. For example, like Daredevil, keep your distance from him and he have a hard time closing the gap on you without taking heavy damage at least. And then again with Black Panther, if you're paying attention to Black Panther, he's just useless, like he's just no longer there. And another thing I want to say, I happen to notice a lot that it's usually Cloak and Daggers who complain about Black Panther. Again, almost every healer in this game has insane survivability, other than characters probably like Adam Warlock, which I mean even then he still does, but healing is so overtuned in this game right now. And if you're a healer and you're asking for a pill like constantly, not that pilling is bad, sometimes it's okay to need pills, but if you're losing constantly because you can't sit there and defend yourself and then you're crying about pills, that says a whole lot more about you, and you're often a boosted healer, so you're playing a really good character who can just get carried and you don't have to put work to provide it for the team. And last season when I was in GM, the few games I did play, so I kind of stopped playing soon after because I had no real reason to play anymore. I didn't really care about the game too much, man. I stopped playing, when I made it to GM, it was just constant healers just throwing just heavily literally everybody was competent except for the healers. And the game often, or you know, at least from that point onwards, it went into whoever had the best healers could win. And that was so annoying to deal with that I generally just stopped playing and almost didn't play for the majority of the next part of the season. But I've been banning Cloak and Dagger. I don't ban too many other people like that because I mean I can kill Invis. I know she's still annoying, higher ranks and stuff like that, but I have a pretty good accuracy on Psylocke, so you just have to catch her off guard before she can throw shield down. If she throws shield down, then shit, break the shield and leave, or try to force the cooldown out before re-attacking. But yeah, and if you're struggling with, if you're a healer and you're watching this video and you feel like that's annoying, or you can't deal with anything else, or you play Cloak because it just seems the easiest to play to counter everybody else, then you're kind of bad, honestly, not gonna lie to you, because a lot of these characters who are issues aren't that big of an issue once you know how to beat them. And it just means either you're not learning, you don't want to learn, or you don't care about learning. Because I play Moon Knight, and Moon Knight is easy in my opinion. He's like a really easy character to get value with, but he's easy because a lot of healers and a lot of people in general don't know how to play against Moon Knight. And yeah, you can get a dive character to constantly beat him, but if you're grouped up, Moon Knight just kind of slams. And a lot of healers, and especially when they're on triple healers, just group up and don't do anything else. And that's so useless and so stupid, especially if you're going against the Moon Knight. Learn how to have good positioning where not all you guys can get hit by an Ankh. In that case, if somebody does get Ankh, they can either make it out or heal out. And hell, you know, just because you're a healer don't mean you have to be heal botting the entire game. Throw damage in whenever your team's at decent health. And I know most of you healers already do that, but the amount of times I've just been playing recently and just getting heal bots on my team, it's so insane. It's probably because it's the start of the season, and you know, the start of the season diamond players are kind of weird, diamond GM players are weird, but man, that's just kind of funky. And also, this game has a throwing problem too. I swear everybody on this game just intentionally throws once something doesn't go their way. It's so weird. Matchmaking is weird as fuck right now. I noticed another thing that I happen to notice is, like, let's say you're playing a different character than you normally play, they try to like start giving you teams to make you play that character on purpose. Like sometimes I go a game where I'd be like Psylocke one tricking, right, and I'd only play Psylocke and nobody else, and then I almost never run into anybody who plays Psylocke during any of that time. And then the moment I play the game as Mantis and start playing Mantis a bit more, I get people that start insta-liking Psylocke instantly. That's just what I happen to notice with matchmaking. I don't know if anybody else peeps stuff like that, but yeah. So I think the character you play genuinely changes heavily your team comp too. Like I feel like the matchmaking tries to push you more into getting one tricks of that character or people who are really good at that character, which seems kind of good on surface until they get into a fight that they don't really know how to deal with and then just fucks you over. But that's just a little side tangent thing I kind of noticed. But yeah, that was just a quick tip I found to help me rank up a lot faster. Anybody in like the metal ranks can use this. But yeah, and I also want to say you will get a lot of hate for playing a certain character or banning a certain character. That comes natural, but just don't let that bother you and just try to play through it. Again, this low-key got upset that I banned Cloak and Dagger and tried to throw, but then he added me soon after because I was actually good. So it's just like he's being weird. He genuinely tried to fucking, that's why he let me die in this clip earlier. I believe ranked right now in Rivals is kind of busted. I feel like a lot of these characters are busted. A lot of these characters are overtuned. So take advantage of this while you can. And I want to know you guys' opinion on this. What you think about this? Again, if you made it here, thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for supporting me. I want to say this too. This is like a small tangent, but I do other things more than just Rivals. So if you guys are just coming for Rivals tech or gameplay or something, I'm probably not the channel for y'all. But if y'all cool with Rivals content and then sometimes other stuff like commentary or hell, I want to get into Minecraft videos too, then sub.